I got to get to this quickly because we found out just before taping the show tonight that, and this is true, the Trump campaign is about to launch a secret plan to attack Hillary Clinton over the Whitewater scandal from the 90s. And we know he's going to do this because they accidentally emailed the secret plan to a reporter. Which means that, shockingly, Hillary Clinton might be the candidate with the second worst using of email. Of email. It's an awkward way of saying that. Awkward way of saying that. Speaking of which, this morning, the State Department finally released their report on her use of a private email server. They found that she did not ask permission, and if she had, the answer would have been no, which is one of the top reasons not to ask permission, by the way. But here's the thing. Even when you do give Hillary Clinton a firm no, what she hears is, try again in 8 years. The report using email. You're welcome. You're welcome. The report did not state whether or not it was illegal, but it criticizes the last 5 secretaries of state for doing the same thing. So, here's the deal. If you thought Hillary Clinton was corrupt, you just had all of your suspicions validated. And if you thought this whole thing was no big deal, you just had all of your suspicions validated. So, problem, samed. And speaking of leaders of the free world, there is now an online campaign to hashtag give Captain America a boyfriend. You guys heard about this? It's all over the internet right now, which I think would be great. Then we could look forward to Captain America Civil Union. Fans out there have even picked out the lucky fella, Cap's old pal / mortal enemy Bucky Barnes, a.k.a. the Winter Soldier. They claim, this is the theory, they claim that because Cap keeps sacrificing other relationships to save Bucky, that proves that those guys are hot for each other. Okay, first of all, can't guys just be there for each other without being about sex, okay? I have several friends I haven't had sex with. Second, have these fans considered that maybe Captain America is already seeing someone? Maybe it's someone he feels close enough to that he can leave his shield at their place. You know, I've said too much. Speaking of movies, we're evidently going to need a new James Bond because Daniel Craig is officially out. And yeah, I know. And it might take a while to replace him because before they can get their 007 license to kill, they have to spend 6 months with a learner's permit to kill. Then you can only kill when you're accompanied by a licensed killer or your parents. And you can't kill after 11 o'clock at night. It's a long process. Not as long as that joke took, but still, very long process. And there are some very interesting candidates up for the job this time around because actresses Priyanka Chopra and Gillian Anderson have both come forward saying they think there should be a female James Bond. And they're not I agree. With whatever means, I agree. And they're not alone, clearly. Millions of people believe that we're long overdue for a female Bond, so it'll probably end up being Donald Trump. And I think it's about time we had a Jane Bond, okay? And she's bedding some Bond boys. I mean, for years, we've had Bond girls with ridiculously sexy names like Holly Goodhead, Plenty O'Toole, and Pussy Galore. And I have been informed that if those were not character names, I would not be able to say them on CBS. But they are. They are. So I hope we do have a female Bond, and I look forward to a new generation of sexy Bond boys out to seduce the female 007. Hello, Ms. Bond. My name, Rod Hardmore. Do svidania. I am Dmitry Gisporovich. Howdy, Miss Bond. I'm Kenny. Kenny Lingus. Nice to meet you, Miss Bond. I'm commitment galore. Who, me? I'm Alexander Mommy Issues. Wait, where are you going? Wait, where are you going, Miss Bond?